Hi, my name is Lindsay Cooper, and I have two moms, and I'm just going to share a little bit about my experience growing up with gay parents. So, growing up with two moms, I never really felt different than anyone else. I had two parents who loved and cared about me, who made a conscious decision to have me together. They've now been together over 28 years, which is more than a lot of heterosexual couples can say. I went to a Montessori school from preschool through 8th grade, and that definitely had a profound effect on my upbringing. My parents were on the PTA, they coached me in sports, they had dinner group with the other parents, they were just like everyone else. And I honestly didn't know having two moms was considered different until about middle school. For high school, I attended a small, not religiously affiliated, but pretty conservative private school, and I faced my first obstacle. I had never had to actually tell anyone I had two moms because growing up, I just went to school with the same people my whole lives, and everyone just kind of knew, and it was just understood, and it was never something I had to tell people. So it wasn't that I was nervous or ashamed or anything, I just never really had to think about it. So I pretty much kept it to myself. I had some friends I grew up with who went to the same high school as me, and they already knew. And when someone would ask, I would tell them, but I wasn't like, hi, I'm the new kid, I have two moms. So by the end of high school, pretty much everyone knew, and no one gave me a hard time. Some people probably judged me for it or made rude comments behind my back, but it was really never an issue, and I never faced adversity. College was pretty much the same way. I went to Appalachian State University, a pretty liberal school, and I mean, if people didn't accept it, then I just didn't really spend time with them. But it's interesting now, though. At this point in time, our country is probably the most progressive it's ever been. And sure, my home state of North Carolina is facing some issues right now. Looking at you, HB2. But for the most part, the popular opinion is either apathetic or positive toward the LGBT community, and there's not nearly as much negativity as there used to be. Even in the last 5 years, having two moms has gone from being a confusing and sometimes strange circumstance to people to now being like a cool, interesting thing about me. Like, oh, what's your interesting fact about you? I have two moms, it's pretty cool. So while I have the opportunity, I figured I'd answer some frequently asked questions. And yes, people have asked me these before, and it's never offensive. It's usually just people who have never met anyone with two moms or are just curious. So, how did you get here? Well, when a man and woman love each other very much, no, not like that. It's called in vitro, and I'm not going to pretend to know how the science behind this works, but basically, a man gets paid to donate his sperm, and the doctor takes an egg out of a woman, and they mix them all together in a petri dish, and then put the fertilized eggs back in the woman, and 9 months later, I'm here. So are you and your sister real siblings? Well, yes. If you've seen us, you know we look pretty much identical. And my parents knew from the beginning they wanted more than one kid, so they saved some of the sperm, and my mom got pregnant again with my little sister. Same mom both times. Have you ever tried to find out who your dad is? Nope. And I don't really feel the need to, and I actually can't. Because I was born in 1992, there wasn't really the technology, and the privacy behind sperm donations was pretty strict. So all I know about my donor is he was less than 6 feet tall, had brown hair, hazel eyes, and went to Chapel Hill Medical School, which is pretty ironic considering I'm a Duke fan. I don't know. Nature versus nurture, I guess. Do you ever wish you had a dad? Nope. I have two parents who love me and care about me, and honestly, I don't feel like I missed out on anything, except maybe father-daughter dances. I've heard those things are pretty crazy. But my mom coached me in every sport I've ever wanted to play, and most of the time showed up all the other dads out there. I also have some really awesome male role models in my life who I look up to and have been like father figures to me. Do you call both your parents mom? Well, yeah, but not when they're together, because that would be pretty confusing. But they do both answer to mom when we call them. At home, it's mom and Wendy. Mom being Leah, my birth mother, and Wendy, well, when we were little, she just said she wanted us to call her Wendy. But if I'm out somewhere with Wendy, I'm obviously going to say, this is my mom, and I call her mom. Some people have honestly asked me, but you seem so normal. I like to think I'm normal. I was raised by two women, not another species. Trust me, having two moms is not the most unique thing about me. Like I have a freckle on my lip. It's pretty weird. Are there any downsides to having two moms? I'm gonna be honest. It's really a pain when four people have to blow dry their hair at the same time and we blow a fuse. And when they steal my clothes sometimes. But other than that, nope. They're my parents and I love them and I wouldn't change a thing about them or the way I was raised. And I think I turned out all right.